you who were born into the 20th and 21st century, you as agents of this process have a requirement that is, I believe, unique in history. Perhaps it happens from time to time in the various renaissances that occur, when suddenly the soul of man touches the soul of earth and beyond. What would be required of you? What is the required human for this time? And that's something that you can look upon. What are factors in yourself that do not deal so much with pathology, but with mythology? And a myth is something that never was, but is always happening. A myth is the coded DNA of the human psyche. What is the new story that is trying to rise? I mean, for one thing, it is the rise of women with tremendous backlash, but it's rising to full partnership with men in the whole domain of human affairs. That's a huge shift when 50% of the human race begins to come into congruence with the other 50% and saying, look, we are in a very difficult time. We could lose it all. How do we really get the genius of women and the genius of men in a way that is not only interwoven, but offers whole new solutions for self and for society, what it means to be human and what it means to be in culture. I mean, that's just for a start. But I think that this whole notion of ourselves as biocosmic being, running around in a biodegradable space-time suit for a very short period of years, and being at a turning point in history where what we do profoundly makes the difference as to whether we grow or whether we die out, and whether the planet is saved or whether it just gradually disintegrates. So here we are, stewards of the biggest time in human history, stewards of creating an ecology that works. Now, I happen to believe that the ecological support systems that we understand in terms of climate, in terms of economics, is actually beyond that. I personally believe that we have an ecological support system with the universe itself. I believe that what we call archetypes, or whatever are your other names, numinous borderline persons, angels, I mean, however you think about it, the fact that visionary experience is arising in so many young people, and especially in children, this suggests to me that we have an ecological support system. If I were to be fantastical about it, or even science fiction-y, I would say, well, maybe what we call archetypal structures or gods are members of much older civilizations who have a higher job, and that is to help civilizations like ours, which can die, grow or die, to help us along. Why is there such enormous interest in myth, in spiritual psychology, sacred psychology, imaginal studies, the kinds of things that you're all doing? Part of it is part of this, I believe, this energy shift, this wave of quickening, of awakening. Many of you seem to feel, from what I gathered, you feel that you are part of an awakening, but you don't know what to do with it. You're all dressed up with no place to go, because there's no standard brand religion out there who says, I have the truth, I have that. In America, we fell into radical fundamentalism with the Trump experience, and other countries are doing the same, because they're looking for the man on the horse, the Napoleonic figure who will bring them back to meaning as they once knew it, which really probably didn't exist then. And at the same time, you have this active regression and this active progression, and to get anywhere, it requires an active ingression, a tapping into the source levels of our human psyche that can lead us out of this morass.